The Tigers went to take on the number 2 team in the country this past Saturday. We'll talk about it on the Tiger Football Report, brought to you by the Green Turtle. Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Rob Ambrose. This past Saturday, the Tigers headed to Harrisonburg, Virginia to take on James Madison. It was homecoming for the number 2 team in the country. And, Coach, you had them all scared there for a while as the Tigers jumped out to a 10-7 lead. Unfortunately, the Dukes took the lead and never gave it up after that point.
Well, that's true. They got us on some big plays, and it's one of the things we said we couldn't do. We had to stop the run, and we had to stop big plays. And then offensively, we couldn't turn the ball over. And all those things actually happened. 2 turnovers on the plus side of the field when you're going in to score, negates points, and both those turnovers turned into 10 points for them. Missed a field goal, and that's a 13-point swing. It's the difference in the ball game. So gave good fight. Kids played hard. I think we held them to 3 points in the second half defensively, which I don't think that's ever happened to them. And I said during the week that we're building towards this game, but we're also building towards the rest of the year. And I was really encouraged with what I saw, especially defensively in the second half.
One thing that was a problem for you offensively was that Tom Flacco got sacked 6 times in the ball game. What was it that Madison was doing to get to Tom?
You blame that one a little bit on genetics. Their 2 defensive ends are probably the 2 best bookend defensive ends in FCS football right now by a lot. They're both going to get paid. And
they both would probably be pretty good in FBS football, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But I'm saying they're both going to play at the next level. And we did some stuff to slow them down a little bit, but they're going to get theirs. There's no question. They get everybody. So it's just a matter of, can we let them not wreck the game? And can we stay in it? And it was more of a 50-50 endeavor, and we needed to win more than that against a team of that quality.
You were down by 7 at halftime. What did you tell the team going into the second half?
That all we got to do is play the best 30 minutes of football that we've played all year. And nothing changed. We need to negate the big plays. We need to stop their running game, which is impressive. And we need to score, clearly we need to score points instead of turning the ball over on the other side of the field. That didn't happen.
It was a hard-hitting game. Both teams lost players due to targeting in the football game. That's something that's going to hurt you. I believe the rule has not changed. Robert Hayward will have to miss the first half of this week. Is that correct?
That is wrong. Because it happened in the first half of that game, the game counts, and then he can play this game.
So he does not have to sit out.
He does not.
A half. Wow, so you get penalized more if you do it in the second half than
Correct.
if you do it in the first half.
Correct.
Who makes up these rules?
The rules committee.
All right, so you're down 17-10. Madison comes out in the second half, and like you said, actually it was 24-10 at halftime. That you hold them to 3 points in the second half. The problem was they shut you out in the second half. Were they doing anything differently defensively in the second half than they were in the first half?
No, to be honest, they actually just played harder, and that was kind of it. I don't think they had too much respect for us. They knew kind of how beat up we were and the tools that we didn't have versus a year ago, and they just kind of let us play a little bit. In the second half, they decided to really play, really turn up the speed, and we had a chance we had some opportunities and just didn't take advantage of them. And against a team of that caliber, you got to be darn near close to perfect, especially at their place. And we were close-ish in the first half, but the second half they really turned it on and we couldn't keep up.
One person we did see that we hadn't seen in a long time is Jabari Allen. It was good to see him on the field, but it looked at times like he was still hobbling a little bit. He was not 100% Jabari Allen.
He's been telling everybody how much better he is, and he has gotten increasingly better from where he's been, but he's right now still not the same guy. And we're rehabbing him as best we can. We're trying to bring him along as best we can. We're not going to put him out there if he's going to be truly, truly injured. but it's kind of like a feel it by the week. It's always going to be a game time decision with this for the rest of the season.
And Caleb Smith had a couple of nice catches for you on Saturday afternoon. He's a kid that really has come on, and as you've said many times, he hasn't played a lot of football in his life.
No, he really hasn't. And with Jabari Allen being out and Daniel Thompson being out, here's your third string guy at that position. And as we talk about the guys that need to step up into their new roles and fill those roles comfortably, he keeps getting more and more comfortable every week in that role. And he's making plays, explosive plays, and that's one of the things that we've been lacking just because of some of the guys that haven't been in.
So now you're going to head into the final stretch of 4 football games, and basically you got to win out. I think everybody knows that you got to win out to make the playoffs. And it starts with Delaware, which we'll talk about in an upcoming show. But, I mean, your players know you've got 4 tough games coming up and 4 games that you can win.
Sure. I mean, it's good competition. It's CAA competition. So whether we just played the number 2 team in the country or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But we're going to get everybody's best for the last month of November. And to be honest, when you think about it, this is kind of like a game-ish that you want to be able to get into the fourth quarter against great competition with a chance to win a game. Well, we're in the fourth quarter against great competition with a chance to win the season. And it's it. And everybody said, like, oh, you got to win every game. No, you got to win every play. You got to win the next play and then stack it up against the next play that you win and after that. And if you win enough plays over and over again, you're going to like the result. And as long as we go about this with everybody in, all in, everybody, and, good players don't win seasons. Good teams win seasons. And it's not about the guys who don't have, it's about the guys we do have and rally around each other. And I like the energy of practice. I really, really do.
All right, well, the Tigers, a day that we all look forward to every other year when the Blue Hens come to Johnny Unitas Stadium. Coach Ambrose and I will talk about that later on this week on TowsonTigers.com. We thank you for tuning in. For the head coach of the Tigers, Rob Ambrose, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Tigers.